Now I've clicked it though. So
you've clicked record.
Grant, what's it called?
I don't know what it's called.
Cumbernauld. Campus Life. Right. The deal is we don't know the name.
No,
Grant,
we don't know the name.
Talk to me.
Right. Welcome to the show. Hi Grant. Hi Ross. I know you'll be listening to this again.
Future Grant and future Ross.
Egotistical fucks who just like to hear themselves talk, which
For
making a podcast.
For the audience that's not people that know us, I'm Ross.
And for the audience, you obviously know me. I'm Grant.
The artist formerly known as Grant. So the deal is, I wanted to make a podcast where I watch new movies, but I can't motivate myself to do it myself. So here's Grant.
Hi, I'm Grant.
And the format is that and I don't know how many times a week. I don't know if it's 2 a week or if it's 1 every week.
It really.
Listen, we'll work it out. It's a pilot.
We'll get back to you guys on that one. It's a pilot, exactly. You might not see the next episode 2 for like 3 months.
Yeah.
As with all good pilots.
At the Ross Harkins for live updates on Twitter. No, that's not going to happen because I don't use Twitter. So the idea for this episode, I think we'll upload the 2 pilots this week just to get them out there. For this one, Grant has given me a movie that I've never seen before that I watched last night. Grant.
So, concept of the podcast is I give him a movie that I have seen that he has not, and then vice versa. So, because I'm me, I decided to make the first movie that he had to watch, The Neon Demon. Neon Demon is a film all about the fashion world, modelling. It's about a young girl who's 16 years old, comes to Hollywood with big dreams and hoping to be a star, and really that's pretty much it. It's a fairly simple movie, not much happens, to be honest. It's just quite
and
nice.
It's quite optimistic and light-hearted. And
it is very optimistic and light-hearted.
And sarcasm. Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, straight off the bat, it's a fantastic movie that I didn't enjoy watching.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it. That's how I said it to my mum this morning, which was, it's objectively brilliant, and I've never been so uncomfortable watching a movie.
Yeah, I actually got to see it in theaters, and I remember we're assuming you've all seen the movie, of course.
Yeah, there are spoilers. Yeah.
I remember one of the most horrifying times I've ever had watching a movie was just listening to Keanu Reeves rape and murder a 13-year-old girl. That was quite enjoyable, to be honest.
So, straight off the bat, one of the things that this movie does a bunch that I really liked is it just lets scenes go on for like 5 minutes, and the whole time I'm shitting myself. I've now decided that it's an R-rated podcast.
How scared you? Like, what scared you about it? Because there were 2 moments that like scared me, but that's about it.
Straight up, I don't like horror movies because I'm a bitch, and I get scared by everything. But the sequence where you see Keanu Reeves leave his little place in the motel, and then he walks away, and then you see Elle Fanning go into the room, and then she's doing that thing where she's like kicking her foot up, and you see the light hitting off her stiletto heel, and you just know something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because the shot's gone on for like 4 minutes. I was on the edge of my seat. Like, it really got to me. Yeah, that freaked me out. Because I knew something was gonna happen. The bit that I guess was a nightmare, where he puts the knife into her mouth.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh, because
that is one of my favourite moments.
It's fantastic. But I was watching it, and I saw him come in, and I was like, he's gonna do something. He was just being really, really calm about it. I was like, this is too much. And then he puts the knife in her mouth, and I was like, oh. I felt it.
Listen, that's why I watch horror movies, for just to be on the edge of my seat, just like terror and stuff. And you don't get that from most movies. This is obviously a very kind of more non-traditional one, which is sad to say because
we've never done a podcast before, and I didn't know what we were going into. I wanted to make notes while I watched it. What I was actually going to add was the whole last half hour, I have no notes.
No notes?
I didn't stop looking at the screen.
Yeah, I tried to take notes during the movie, and I've seen it
Yeah.
But this is the third time I've seen it, and I kind of stopped taking. I didn't really take any notes. I just sat and watched it.
There's a whole lot of notes in that first like 45 minutes where she's still timid and 16 looking.
Before she fully gives in.
Before she like
the
snaps
neon
or whatever.
demon.
Yeah. I thought it was really interesting reading the notes back. I wrote the word like freaked out and intense and scary quite a lot. Nothing seems good about this world. At 22 minutes, I wrote, I'm worried about Elle Fanning.
What minutes did you say that?
22 minutes.
22 minutes?
We're like a sixth of the movie in.
Have you ever seen any of Nicholas Winding Refn's films before?
What else has he made?
Drive, Bronson, Only God Forgives, Pusher, Valhalla.
I haven't, but I feel like Drive might be another episode of this podcast, because that's something that I know you want me to watch a bunch.
Yes, but Drive is not a horror film in any way. It's a happy film, really, to be honest.
Yeah. One of the things that I noted that I really wanted to talk about, I also wrote, are they going to kiss?
Who? I assume this is Ruby, Jenna Malone's character,
it was,
and Elle Fanning.
And Elle Fanning.
And you know what? You're not wrong. They did.
Unfortunately, I'm not wrong.
Listen, Jenna Malone's the best part of that movie.
I wrote in font 2 times bigger than every other note, this movie is intense.
I feel honestly exhausted.
That was my closing statement. I wrote, this is a sneak peek of episode 2. I wrote, I feel honestly exhausted. P.S. How am I supposed to watch the night before now?
Oh god. Hey, listen, that should cheer you up, shouldn't it?
So one of the things I really tapped on was how good the soundtrack of this movie is.
So good.
But more than that, how they use it, because there are periods of time where it's like ambient synth music, just out the arse on it.
Yeah, it's just drawing you in, and you're just waiting for it to kick in or do something.
It feels like it takes the really beautiful shot and it makes like a world that you're in, because you can like hear it around you.
Yeah, for sure.
And it goes from that like really hitting you over the head with synth music to no music at all for like 10 minutes.
See that the kind of that minimalist kind of area there. It goes along with a lot of the long shots. There's a lot of time between dialogue. I assume the script is about maybe 60 pages or something. There's not much dialogue, and the acting is also very non-traditional. It's obviously the whole model thing. They're vapid, they're alien and whatnot. But I think it's more than that. It's more so that they're restraining themselves so much because the way the film is designed and built, it's pulling you in and it's making you wait for something. So they don't need to be. It doesn't need to be traditional acting, because you're just waiting for that one little change in the face, and that completely, like, the acting I've noticed just gets better each time I watch it. Like you see a shift in their eye or just in their lips or something. You're just like, I know exactly what they're feeling right now, and like, I'm fucking scared.
They're not moving, and it looks like there's no expression in their face, but like you can see it in their eyes that they're like dying or whatever. The other thing that I noticed that I thought was absolutely glorious, you tapped on the shots a little bit, is the choice of shots to make you feel isolated. The bit that I picked up on, so at the start of the movie, she does her first photo shoot with the gold spread across it, which is beautiful, by the way. I was like super creeped out, and then I was like, oh, this is just a little bit sterile almost. And then they go to that party, and they go to the bathroom, and you're sort of introduced to the other main characters. And Ruby says to her, are you food or are you sex? Because they're talking about the lipstick.
Not exactly blunt, is it?
No. But while she's saying that, and she's saying it almost like seductively, she's like, are you food or are you sex? That's like the only seductive thing for a cinema. So she says that, and it's quite like an intense, they're very close, you feel it, but it doesn't show you Ruby's face when she says it. It only shows you Elle Fanning's face, which is like
it
emotionless.
It just stays on her and
freaked
just
out.
Everyone's looking at her like a product. They're thinking, what can you give me? Because this the director has basically talked about the movie and said that it's him exploring the idea of beauty as a commodity. So everything that happens in this movie, all the horrific events are completely related to the idea of people seeing others as just a commodity. They see her for her beauty, and they see like, okay, if I can't fuck you,
yep.
What can I do with you? What if you can't give me something, then what is it? You know.
I love the bluntness in that first scene as well, because it sets up the world almost like. My phone is going off. So you see like that first photo shoot where that guy's like super cold and a bit creepy, and it's almost like, why is she doing this? And then that first interaction where she's like, you know, who are you fucking? And then she's like, what? And she's like, well, you've got to be fucking someone, and that matters and stuff like that. It every like little layer is like just a lot more uncomfortable. I felt like I was receding while I was watching it. The other thing is how uncomfortable the choice of actions were. So it's like a one-on-one photo shoot, and then a party where she doesn't know anybody, where they're all talking about her, and then a job interview.
Yep, everything is designed
and then a first
to
date.
have her be very alienated.
Yeah, and like it was unbelievable that I didn't feel comfortable doing any of it. Like I didn't feel comfortable watching her do any of it. So the way they brilliant. So the way they built up, you know, that fear and that anxiety, I felt was awesome.
It's just this impending like dread of, you know, that something bad is going to happen to her, and then they continue to show you events, and they get worse and they get worse, and then what happens to her obviously is horrific.
Yeah. So obviously the first half of the movie sort of builds up that she's in over her head, and you know, people are a bit jealous or whatever, but you know, they're still at the top of their game, and she's still trying to get into the industry.
She's not a threat yet.
Yeah, but they're all sort of aware that she will become a threat eventually. You know,
it's just how they can deal with her and how long that's going to be.
Yeah.
How much time they've got left.
You know, and then you sort of see different sides of the characters until the end of the movie. Like, you see that when that girl gets rejected and Elle Fanning gets the job and she goes and breaks the glass, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess now that I'm thinking about it, foreshadowing, even though I didn't know, when she like goes to for her hand.
She went for her hand, her bloody hand, and just started sucking on it.
Yeah.
Of course, that is alluding to the fact that at the end, Elle Fanning is butchered and eaten, so that the models, the women, can take from her what they always wanted.
Yeah.
The models, obviously, they want her beauty.
Yeah, exactly.
Ruby, she wants her beauty, but she's more of she's kind of like a witch character. If this was like kind of an occult thing, like you see the stuff of her under the moon, with the liquid.
Yeah.
It's interesting enough. She does makeup, right? So she
Ruby,
makes people beautiful. So in a way, she's kind of the ringleader, the witch, the kind of controller of the whole situation. And she seems like a nice person at the start.
Oh yeah. I mean, up until I stopped taking notes, I was so rooting for her to go to Ruby and, you know,
help her out.
You know, just be safe. Why are you with why are you in Keanu Reeves' motel when you could be staying wherever Ruby is?
Exactly. And then she goes, and then it's far worse.
So.
Well, before I say, interestingly enough, when you watch the film again, if you ever watch it again,
I probably will.
Pay attention to Ruby, to Jenna Mullen's character. Look at her. Always focus on her face, because when you do that, you see, it was like that from the start. She's not. She puts on the smiles, but she's just as much of a shark.
My question was going to be if Elle Fanning had succumbed to her, I guess, in the bedroom, because obviously Ruby sort of makes a pass, tries it on. If she'd have been down with that, would that have changed her fate?
Yeah, it would have, because it's Ruby wants her. She is attracted. She wants to fuck her, basically.
Yeah, sure.
And Ruby treats her nice and will keep her around if she can get what she wants. So the entire time you're watching it, she's being very nice to her, and then at the end you realise it was just her kind of trying to seduce her, butter her up, trying to have her as her own, you know. So like, if she did give in to her, then yes, she may still be alive.
I get the impression that the other girls gave in to her. That scene where is it Elle Fanning that's in the bathtub full of blood?
No, Elle Fanning's dead. That was Ruby.
Yeah, right. And then she's watching the two girls in the shower. Then I felt like that's what she wants. And those two girls said yes, and Elle Fanning said no. Elle Fanning got beaten for it.
Yeah, she did. She did. We don't see it, but not seeing it just makes it far more disgusting.
Yeah.
Because we see the results of it.
Oh.
Now.
Woo.
Yeah. What did you What did you think of the ending? What did you make of it?
So
how did you feel?
I actually thought, until the girl started being like, I actually thought that scene was long after the murder of Elle Fanning. I certainly thought that this was just showing that no repercussions came.
Yeah.
You know.
Why would there be?
Elle Fanning is a girl with no family, with no ties to anybody else. You know, that the only guy that still knew where she was, that was Keanu Reeves, was absolutely going to take advantage of her. So he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. And so, you know, that's a girl that you can eat, and it's fine.
You can do what you want with her because no one knows she exists. She has forged papers that she's not her real age.
And so the photographer didn't notice. You know, as far as he's concerned, she just stopped being a model or whatever. It got too much. Well, that's a thing.
That's the thing. She went in for that clothes shoot with him, but she says, "Oh, Jack said if I'm good enough, then he'll put them in an editorial."
Yep.
And then Ruby's character's like, "Oh, you poor thing. No, you've just been molested. He's not putting them in editorial for him." So she's not even going to be well known.
Yeah, it's
outside
not like
of that, except for the fashion designer who put her in his show.
Yeah, like front and center. But then, that's one event. It's entirely possible that anybody that did notice her would have said, "Oh, she did her one event, and then but something happened."
Logic is not. It's weird to say this, but logic isn't too important in this situation.
Oh yeah.
Because really, no one cares about people as a person. They care purely about what they can get from them. And at the end, they've consumed her. Magically enough, they are more beautiful. They are more.
And successful.
They have that thing that they never had. They're more successful. She's sitting just watching her friend do the modelling, and then Jack comes along and he's like, "Who are you? Have I ever seen you before? No, I want you." Fires the other girl who's just previously been talking about the expiration date of models in a very condescending way, as if I'm above that.
Yeah.
And then she's fired.
And then she also says that thing as well where she's like, "Oh, have you ever been passed up by another girl for a job or whatever?" And then it happens.
Yeah, what did you do? What did you do about that?
I ate her. Brilliant.
And it's just, she did eat her. She's not lying.
So so then that whole time she's talking in the past tense. I ate her. You know, long ago sort of vibe. And then obviously the girl starts to throw up, and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, that's.
Oh, and then she's looking at the pool, and I'm like, "Oh, yep."
Yep.
Pool.
Pool indeed. She is.
And
she's not happy. She's regretting it.
She goes into the bathroom with the best blue carpet in the world,
and fucking wrecks it.
Oh yeah, that's a ruined carpet.
She does.
Get some new carpets.
I think my favorite moment of the film may be that, because it's just showing that she does not have it in her. She doesn't have it in her to eat another person, and that's why she fails. She could have, but she's too passive. She's too on the sidelines. Throughout the movie, when you pay attention to her, you'll notice that she's very non-committal.
Sure.
You know, she's backhanded. The other girl is very like, "Oh, I don't like you. Fuck off. I hate you." she's very backhanded. She's very passive.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't like what she's trying to act like. She's still a good person, and that's what kills
like
her.
She's trying to do the best of both worlds thing almost. Yeah, it's almost like though that the victimless crime, not the victimless crime, the unsolvable murder sort of vibe, like the meat dagger or the icicle stabbing or whatever. The murder weapon is just gone because they killed a person and then they completely got rid of the body. There's nothing that's going to happen, but she couldn't live with what she did, and that other model could. And in the end,
she takes the eyeball, and rightfully so. She takes it.
So brilliant. It's so almost subtle in how she does it. She just gets down and she's like. No.
But
like,
she still sheds one tear
for
her death. She's a bit sad, and
she walks away.
What I love is how beautiful this grotesque movie is. You look at her dead body. She's just ripped open her stomach with a pair of scissors, and she is falling down in the most perfect, fashionable way. Almost as if it's like a 50s movie, or she's like, she's just gutted herself, and she still looks good,
Absolutely.
Good for a dead body.
Good for a dead body. I mean, I think it's fantastic. I mean, the aesthetic sort of combines with everything we said, combines with the shots, combines with the music, that it's very isolating. I mean, it's gorgeous. Like, I mean, it's weird to say the neon in a movie called The Neon Demon, but like, the use of lighting is unbelievable.
Well, it is the finale to the so-called Neon trilogy, which is made up of Drive and then Only God Forgives. Of the three, I like the Neon Demon the best. Drive is by far the most accessible of all the movies, and even then, it's a fair, kind of non-traditional. Only God Forgives is the one that I feel like he didn't exactly have a grasp on exactly what he was doing. But you kind of know that from like behind the scenes documentary where he literally says, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. They're going to call me a fraud,
Yeah.
Now, what did you take away from it? What do you think the overall idea of the film was?
So, before we do this, I wrote down at the 28-minute mark, what the fuck, a dog? And then I wrote tiger. So she opens the door into her room.
Yep.
I thought that was a dog at first.
See,
and then
when I first saw it, I knew what it was because I'd seen the trailer and the shot in there.
And then I wrote tiger, more like Weiger. Because I think I'm very clever. So
why
overall,
Weiger? Do you think there's no reason for it to be there?
No, I mean,
it's the whole sense of impending dread, There's a deadly line in the room where she sleeps.
I'll be honest, I just thought of a pun on the spot and I wrote it down. You're right, it's almost creating the sense that there's not a safe place.
It's trying to say, get away from here, even when it's just, nothing's gonna save you, it's all just out to take you.
Yeah, I mean, so overall, I think the movie's fantastic. It's the best movie I don't want to see. Gorgeous. It sounds incredible. The acting is fantastic. There's not a weak link, really, in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Even the sort of boyfriend character that disappears like 3/4 of the movie. Even he, because he's a bit sort of like passive and ditzy, it combines to the fact that she doesn't feel like she's got a support almost. I mean, she pushes him away. She pushes the support away because she feels like that's what she has to do to be.
Well, it's not so much that. It's more so she realizes that the only reason he cares about her at all is because she looks pretty.
Yeah.
She gives in to the fact that she is pretty. She gives in to the Neon Demon.
Yep.
Obviously, in the sequence of the kind of pyramid mirrors where she is in love with herself. She gives into the narcissism within herself.
I think it's absolutely fantastic as well that they have the scene where she's standing on the diving board.
Yes.
And Ruby is standing physically below her in the pool where she's about to die.
Subtle.
And she's like, people would rip themselves apart and kill to look like a secondary version of me.
It's
and then
so bitchy.
She gets murdered.
Yeah, it is watching it again. You just think, stop! You're going to be murdered for saying this.
Yeah.
It is the bitchiest way to go about it.
It's like, it's so, like, she feels untouchable at that point for whatever reason, because she's in a murder house with a murder person.
Well, she doesn't know it's a murder house. She doesn't think that anyone's out to hurt her. She thinks that only pedophile Keanu Reeves is. Fun enough, he's the source of comedy in the film.
Oh yeah, he's
some real
Keanu
Lolita
Reeves.
Yeah.
I
laughed so much.
I realized
I shouldn't.
I feel like I said it to you before we started the podcast. I wrote down Keanu in capital letters. 28 and a half minutes in. Keanu.
Keanu is he's arguably the best part of the movie. Let's be fair here.
Oh, he's
like Keanu Reeves took a violent, vicious, murdering pedophile.
Yeah.
And got humor out of it.
Yeah.
Like, the darkest humour possible. Like, the humour comes from the fact that he's offering the boyfriend, a 13-year-old girl, to rape in a bedroom. It is messed up, but it is funny. It's very funny.
And then, obviously, that whole sort of chase scene at the end, where it's just, you've fucked it.
Yeah, it is.
And you've ran out of options. Like, physically, there's no options of where to go. That scene, because obviously the movie's full of these long, sort of drawn out scenes where you just watch her walking, and she's limping, and the girl is chasing her with the knife, but she's just walking because she knows it doesn't matter if I run.
They're at the end of it. She can't get out of this.
It's fantastic. I think it's an incredible movie that I'm very glad I watched, Grant.
Okay, a Neon Demon review with no mention of the Necrophilia.
Woo!
Wow, that's. I mean, after the acting on that dead body was the best. No.
Oh, the Necrophilia was pretty intense, actually.
I mean, yeah, it was. And do you know how that came about?
How?
Right, so the director of the film, Nicholas Winding Refn, he shoots his films in chronological order. It makes it more expensive, but he just likes to make it up as he goes along.
Sure.
And
I like that.
He's on set, Jenna Mullen's there, and he's like, touch her, but kiss her, spit in her mouth. And he literally, it was just spur of the moment necrophilia.
Wait, wow, right. I didn't know that. That makes it so much better. The scene where she's in the morgue, and the morgue is obviously like grey and like drab, and that woman, the dead one, has like the cut marks on her stomach.
Yeah, God,
and then it keeps cutting between that and the picturesque Elle Fanning vibe, where she's on the red chair with the red dress on. Is awesome.
Yes.
It's the best necrophilia scene ever.
I think it might be the only necrophilia thing I've seen, except for maybe Reanimator, but that's a different story. But
that's
no. The necrophilia in Reanimator is that the villain of the movie gets turned into a zombie, and then his head is decapitated with a shovel, right? And then he gets turned into a zombie. His body, which is disconnected, carries his head around like that.
I love it.
Right? And he then goes down on a girl with his body holding his head, and it's disgusting and hilarious.
That's
and
fantastic.
Messed up. Other than that, I haven't seen Necrophilia in other movies, so I think this is kind of broken boundaries, to be honest.
I would like to say as well that Ruby on the dead body with the string of spit between the mouths is a great touch.
It is. It's certainly fearless. She did not shy away from what she did at all.
I want the podcast to end on this point. You said that's spur of the moment necrophilia, which means that actress who played the dead woman on that table did not sign up to be made out with.
Maybe it was spur of the moment in the sense of like they just planned the scene out the day before kind of thing.
Sure.
I can only imagine that they would have gotten permission.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
I like the idea though that they were like, hey, listen. So the director suggested this idea that he wants necrophilia in the movie, and that woman was like, oh, okay, and the woman was like, so you're gonna make out with that girl, and she was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
don't move.
Right. I'm happy. That's a podcast. That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Very. We tried to end it like 5 times, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
But there was still stuff to talk about. But I feel like it's because it's this movie.
Oh yeah.
To be honest.
I mean I could talk about this movie more, but
I could talk about it endlessly.
Let's wrap it up. So there will be probably a shorter episode coming out later this week. It's my movie to Grant. I had to guess a movie that Grant's not seen, so I went with the only movie I know he's not seen, which is The Night Before. So I don't know which channels we're putting this up on, but
I just want to get this on audio.
Go on.
The next film I picked for you. Can it be the end of Evangelion? And then we talk about it for 5 hours.
like a full
5. I could talk about
like
it for
a live
days.
stream.
Yeah, a live stream. Fantastic.
If that's your choice, Grant. That's the deal here.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
Excellent. Thank you so much for listening to this. I'm sure we'll cite more stuff in
I'm
after this,
sure the podcast will get better as we get some kind of structure to them, because this, I'll be honest, has been a bit of a mess.
Also, I wanted these to be 15 minutes long, and this is a solid half an hour.
Yes, but it's fair because it's a movie I like.
And that's the deal here.
You know, if it's one of your movies, it doesn't really matter.
Excellent. Thank you so much for listening. Cheers.
Bye.